Wait, what? Who would have thought introvert Gawin could get this jealous? But shipping Joss with Luke, that's Gawin's red line, jealous mode. Activated, and it's on another level. Don't even try to ship Joss with someone else, especially Luke, because Gawin, he's not just watching's ready to protect his Joss at all costs. First, we thought Gawin was the calm, quiet type. Then this happened, Joss Luke. Let's just say Gawin's reaction shocked everyone. Normally, Gawin is the definition of an introvert, quiet, reserved, always keeping a respectful distance from the spotlight, but when Joss is around, everything changes. His eyes soften, his lips curl into an unguarded smile, and that mysterious wall he usually hides behind simply disappears. It's almost like Joss has the key to a version of Gawin that nobody else gets to see. Fans have noticed it too with Joss. Gawin's smile is different. Then, something happened that set the fandom buzzing. Fans created edits, pairing Joss with Luke, playful for most, but for Gawin, not so much. He doesn't make a scene. He doesn't even say a word, but the slight pause in his smile, the way his gaze shifts for just a fraction of a second, it says everything. For an introvert, that's as loud as shouting, "No, not him. Not anyone else with Joss." And if you know Gawin, you know he doesn't like ghosts, and he certainly doesn't like other ships. Gawin's jealousy isn't dramatic, it's calculated, quiet, but powerful. It's the type of protectiveness that doesn't need to be announced. You can feel it in the air. Fans call it next level for a reason, because nobody expected him to show it so clearly. It's rare to see Gawin drop his calm, collected image. But when it comes to Joss, those boundaries fade. It's not about disliking Luke, it's about making it crystal clear. Joss is mine to smile with. After that small but unmistakable reaction, something in Gawin's demeanor changed. He wasn't just a smiling, softer version we saw with Joss anymore. There was a quiet alertness, a protective edge in the way he stayed close. At fan events, his eyes seemed to track Joss's every move, not in an overbearing way, but in that instinctive "I've got you" way that makes shippers go wild. And it wasn't just the fans who noticed. Even Joss himself threw playful glances Gawin's way, as if teasing him. "I know you saw that." It's that subtle back and forth and inside language only they seem to understand that pulls viewers deeper into their dynamic. What makes Gawin's jealousy so addictive to watch is that it's never mean-spirited. It's laced with a kind of playful possessiveness, the kind that says, "I'm yours, you're mine," and everyone knows it without ever speaking the words. During interviews, when Luke's name came up, Gawin's smile would twitch, but he'd recover quickly, throwing in a witty remark or a light laugh, masking the undercurrent of "nope, not happening." Fans started making compilation videos of these moments, labeling them "Jealous Gawin," "The Silent Saga," and honestly, the edits only made it more obvious that his reactions weren't accidents, they were instinct. The more you look for them, the more you see them. Then came that moment the one fans still talk about. A fan asked Joss and Luke to pose together for a playful shot at an event. Joss, being his usual friendly self, agreed without hesitation, but just as the camera clicked, the footage caught Gawin in the background, arms folded, gaze locked, smile nowhere inside. It wasn't angry, it wasn't dramatic. It was that quiet, unmistakable mine energy that spoke louder than any words ever could. Clips of that moment spread across social media within hours, with captions like, "He doesn't like ghosts and he doesn't like other ships, protective boyfriend vibes equals unlocked," and just like that, next level jealous Gawin became the fandom's new obsession. By now, the pattern was clear. Gawin wasn't just quietly protective anymore. He started leaning into it, almost letting fans see the possessiveness. At T1 fan meet, when someone jokingly brought up Joss look again, Gawin didn't just smile and let it pass. He casually reached over, touched Joss's shoulder, and with that subtle yet confident body language, erased any doubt about where Joss belonged. It wasn't aggressive, it was warm, reassuring, but unmistakably claiming. The crowd erupted in cheers, and you could see the little smirk tugging at Gawin's lips. This was no longer just jealousy, it was ownership, expressed in the sweetest, most fan service perfect way. This man is not sharing. Period. Joss belongs to Gawin and Gawin alone. And it started shifting from Joss Luke experiments to protective boyfriend Gawin compilations. Even Luke himself seemed in on the joke. During one event, he teasingly said, "I don't want trouble with Gawin." It became part of the fandom's shared language, one where everybody knew their roles in the playful love triangle that wasn't really a triangle at all. What sealed the deal was a live interview. The host asked, if you had to choose someone to be stranded on a deserted island with, who would it be? Joss started to think, but before he could answer, Gawin leaned forward and said, "He doesn't get to choose. He's stuck with me." It was playful, but his tone carried that undercurrent of sincerity, the kind you don't fake. The audience screamed, the clip went viral, and fans declared it the final nail in the coffin for any other ship. From that moment on, the conversation shifted. Gawin wasn't just a quiet introvert anymore. He was the man who, without raising his voice, made it clear, Joss is his. It happened during the final moments of a fan event. The host was wrapping up, fans were screaming for one last pose, and Joss turned toward Gawin with that familiar smile, the one that always makes him drop his guard. Without hesitation, Gawin stepped closer, hand brushing Joss's arm in a way that seemed casual to some, but to the shippers, it was a statement. They locked eyes for just a second, no words, no exaggerated gestures, just that quiet connection they've always had. In that moment, the noise of the crowd faded, the cameras clicked, and it felt like they were saying to each other, "No matter what ships come and go, this is us." The clip spread online within hours. Captioned simply, "Protective Gawin, Happy Joss," and scene. And just like that, fans weren't just watching a couple, they were watching a story that kept writing itself. From the quiet introvert who only smiled for 1% to the man whose silent jealousy became the fandom's favorite saga, Gawin showed us that when it comes to Joss, he doesn't need loud words or grand gestures, just one look, one touch, and everyone knows Joss is his.